C-level executives are in Chicago for the latest research on the exhibitions industry. Coming up, the trends, the challenges, and what the future holds right here on CEIR-TV. Hi everybody, I'm Carrie Farnack with Convention News Television. This is CEIR-TV from CEIR Predict in Chicago. More than 120 high-level executives have come to address the global economy and its impact on our industry. This year's conference has a new, fast-paced format curated by Freeman, and it's being hosted by CNBC analyst Ron Insana.
Welcome everyone, I'm Ron Insana. We're here at...
Things are looking up for both the U.S. and global economies. That's the word from Moody's economist Ryan Sweet. Sweet's optimistic outlook is based on several healthy-looking variables. First, excess inventories are all but gone from the housing market. There's pent-up demand for business investment based on cash-heavy balance sheets. And consumer spending is improving, but Sweet says it's not quite where it needs to be yet.
Key to this is wages. If we don't get wage growth, our optimistic view is going to be put to the test because consumers aren't going to spend. And the consumer is 70% of our economy. Income inequality is one of our biggest hurdles going forward. Income inequality is the worst than it's been in recent memory.
Also slowing the economy's growth in the U.S. is Uncle Sam. Government employment has been steadily declining, and infrastructure spending is still low.
Looking back on this, I think the biggest mistake will be the government didn't spend more.
CEIR President and CEO Brian Casey connected the dots between the overall economy and the CEIR Index, which measures net square feet, exhibitors, attendance, and revenue.
Our attendance metric of the 4 metrics that we measure tend to follow this, so it's an important area for us to focus on as an industry, and it becomes not only something for us to see how we're doing, but really predictively where we're moving in the future.
Here's how things look for the first half of 2014. The industries doing well, as seen in blue on the left, are the food industry, discretionary consumer goods and services, communications and IT, and, as a good sign, building, construction, home, and repair. On the other side of the spectrum, in red, are the shows down in the first half of 14, including raw materials and science, as well as education and nonprofit. As you can see, though, the forecast calls for slow but steady growth through 2015, with only a slight dip as we head into 16.
And so we've got current first half data from our economists that not only measure against the things that we look at like GDP and non-farm payroll, but the performance and the direction of where we see the second half of this year and revised forecast of 2015 and 16, which, by the way, is quite strong.
While individual sectors are facing different futures, there were common themes throughout the sectors.
It was interesting to see, from the construction industry to the healthcare industry to a variety of other industries, all talking about technology as a driving factor in their businesses, whether it's home building, whether it's healthcare information services, or whether it was manufacturing. Everybody was very, very much, I think, concerned with the pace of technological change and how that's reflected in their shows, and whether or not they use enough of it or reflect enough on it to keep people coming and make the conferences relevant.
Exhibition organizers tell us the numbers released here at CEIR Predict are vital to their success.
CEIR is very important for our industry because it talks about all the different sectors and all of the different areas and how they're doing, so that we can really judge whether a show, when they come into Orlando, are they going to meet the expectations?
And what we've seen is just a real need for technology, for updating, for productivity improvements. A lot of production is coming back to North America, and so we're very happy to be able to provide all the solutions that folks are needing.
What an incredible event CEIR Predict has been this year in Chicago, and we will have more in-depth reports on some of the key sectors from the CEIR Index right here on CEIR.org. So for all of us from Convention News Television, thanks for being with us. I'm Carrie Farnack.